Samantha's question is filing under EB-2 with national interest waiver a better option than waiting for EB-1 for someone in a tech research field?
Well, that's a tough one. I mean, I think it's really going to depend on your qualifications, right? If you have, I think you need to sit down with an attorney that does a lot of EB-1s and EB-2s, and you're going to have to look at what's your particular recognition in your field versus the impact of your work, right? So a national, if you have an advanced degree, whether you're doing an EB-1 or an EB-2, you're going to look to see which criteria you can document. On the national interest waiver side, it's going to be more aligned with what is the impact of your work? Is it of substantial merit and national importance? And is there an urgency to waiving the labor certification requirement in your case, either because it's not viable or because the work you have to do requires you to have a green card and it's going to take too long to get the labor certification process. But if you're in a backlogged nationality, that argument of the balancing test is really hard, because whether or not you do the labor certification, it's not going to advance significantly the time to get your green card. So I think that's been one of the challenges for the national interest waivers on backlog nationalities, is that one of the big arguments for waiving the labor certification was with the time it takes to 2-year wait. But since that doesn't really affect the visa availability, that argument's fallen flat. So it's going to be more focused on, does your work require you to work independently such that you cannot perform your work as an employee and a labor certification isn't practical? So that would be the analysis under the EB-2. On the EB-1, you're looking to see the strength of your qualifications in one of the either extraordinary ability criteria, or if you're doing the EB-1 as a researcher, how published you are, your citations, how relied upon that is. So each one of those categories has its own criteria. The benefit of an EB-1, if you can qualify, is that the priority dates are more current. But again, if you qualify. So there really isn't an answer that is general to this question. It's very specific to the individual's profile.